My name is Francesca Busca and I like to call myself an eco-artivist or rubbish artist or waste mosaicist. Actually, as of late, I call myself a trasher artist because that's what I use. I see waste as treasure, so it's my trasher, and I like to call it so. I use art as a means to create systemic change towards one that's focused on the common good. I was always a creative person and I think I should have listened to my instinct more. But when I was little, I would sell my drawings and paintings on the street. I would steal used wax from the churches, bring it home, reheat it in a tin, and then mold it and sculpt it. Anything I saw, I would use it as a way of expressing myself, really. But then again, I got into law. I always thought that art was too fun and too easy to be a profession somehow. You know, you had to work hard and study hard. Everything had to be hard somehow. So I never thought that work or the job could be something fun that you love doing. Now I realize that it can be. So basically, I got back into art after I had my children, where I stopped being a solicitor, a city solicitor, and I wanted to go back to work. I didn't know what to do. But I thought, if I have to go back to work this time, I'll do something I really like. And I stumbled across I took my children to Aquileia to see the basilica, where there are all these mosaics. And next to it, there is a little shop where they sold these bags of pre-cut material to make, you know, a reproduction of these mosaics. And I got one, and oh my God, I was hooked. I think I worked on it 5 days and 5 nights, not knowing what was, you know, day or night. And after that, I just thought, I've got to go get into mosaics. So I came back to London, found it, graduated actually in Mosaics and Fine Arts, also lectured in fabrication at the same school, London School of Mosaics. And then from there, I just started substituting the material with something that existed already. All this precious material that there is, you know, this marble, this smalty, beautiful, but it's still plundering Mother Earth further. So I just thought, why don't I just replace it with something that's there already? And I think how I got into using waste itself, it's longer than that. I think we're all artists. We all are. It's a necessity. It's within us. Art is the closest universal language. So obviously, I think it's instinctive in all of us. But I think that most of us have this fear of maybe expressing themselves too much, opening up too much, or not being able to do things properly, which I also think is the big illness of our century, of our society. I always wanted to do things smoothly and, you know, up to the best of standards, like they're made by a machine rather than, you know, men. And I think we're missing out on the beauty of artisanship, you know, and craftsmanship and the little imperfections, which is what makes it so unique. And so the instinct, I think we all have it, but I decided to listen to it. Again, I think people who decide to be artists as a profession, they cannot help themselves by wanting to try to communicate something, to express something. I always thought that it was really, whatever my idea was, it must have been wrong because it was different from the way they would teach it, right? And I think it's still the same in the art world, for which, you know, you approach galleries in a certain way, you prepare your portfolio in a certain way. Like the portfolio has to have something that shows progression, right? But showing progression actually goes against progression itself, having to show progression, because you will never have the freedom or feel free enough to take the leap and try something new. By definition, an artist has to go outside of the path and try new things. And so the fact that there is no guidance at all, it's not that artists need to be guided a certain way, but they should be given the basics of the options that they have, the different routes they can take, and then they can go their own way. But also the fact that it's funny because you have no such guidance and you get lost in the maze, you know. But then at the same time, the art market is so strict. It's so strict. It's so hard to navigate, so much more than, for example, that of law, in my experience. It was so much easier to become a city solicitor than it is to become a professional artist, you know? And yet again, what is more essential between the two? If you ask me, it's art. It develops empathy. And what is the world without empathy? Dead ends. It's a process. I mean, even reaching a dead end is not a dead end. It's like in a maze. It's not a dead end, but it's just turning a corner. Or you go back and you try a different way. Even if you know it's not the thing that you think has turned out for the best, but you've explored the theme, you know? For what I do especially, I actually rely on other people. I rely on community. I started asking around with neighbors, with, you know, Facebook groups even. And then you do an exhibition, you find people there. What I like to do in an exhibition is to be there, present every single day if I can, because it's not just about the arts, which, yes, great art explains itself, of course, but it, again, for what I do is more about creating this network. So not just getting people to get my art, feel my art, but also to understand what's behind it and join the movement, you know, that I'm trying to create or attract people to through my art work. Really, you know, art itself is this movement, the way I see it. It's what's behind it. So that's how it starts, and people follow. People do follow if they like you. If you have this personal touch, this personal relationship, it's different. We know in everything we do. Even when you communicate, you know, with WhatsApp or email, if you know each other, you will get each other so much better, and every single word will have bear a different nuance compared to otherwise. If I obtain a recognition or something, a breakthrough of some, let's say recognition from the normal world, art world, I like them to say, wow, well done, okay? Because I need the recognitions more than from the world, from the people that I know and they know me, because they know I do things that are new all the time. They know how hard maybe or draining it can be, how much time it takes and how much energy it takes behind the scenes. And also how many times I doubt myself. Even to this day, there are those moments. But once you've overcome them, I think that is the drive that will lead you towards something better. Like I was thinking, a couple of years ago, if someone had asked me, so what are your plans for 2026, say, I would have said, well, I don't know, whatever happens, you know, I'd like to explore this and that, but without realizing, I actually focused more and more on what I know what I want. I know what to expect. I know what I want to, you know, it's so reassuring now to have these steps there, knowing that you can make them happen. And all of this has developed naturally by creating a network. When you're so used to doing things on your own, against the rules, you know, finding your own ways of doing things, challenging the norms, you are so used to fighting somehow. that even when you achieve successes, you're always looking for the next thing. Enjoy what you have, live the moment, enjoy the present. Rejoice in your little achievements rather than looking for the next one right away. Oh, yes. Oh, thank you for this question. I wouldn't have it any other way. But, you know, at one point you're always thinking, oh, God, you know, why do I keep doing this? You know, it's just so hard. It's always like hitting rubber walls. But then eventually something begins to give. Or, you know, you find some like-minded people that will help you through getting through to another person or to another circle. And that's when you really think, okay, I know I'm fighting still a big system, but I'm not alone. And it's all about that. Hope is such an important need